If you're a real estate agent right now, you're probably struggling. And if you're not struggling, you're probably not scaling as fast as you should be. Look, the year is 2025. We're just coming off of one of the worst years of sales for real estate, meaning one of the worst years for real estate agents. And it doesn't help that the average agent only sells about one house a year or less. We're like in tsunami of bad news. Interest rates through the roof. NAR commission lawsuits game changing. Market perception down real bad. Agents are quitting left and right. Some are picking up side jobs just to survive. Many are still grinding, hoping that things turn around. What's really holding you back from making consistent deals in real estate? Now look, let me tell you a little bit about my journey because I've been exactly where you are. Look, when I first started in real estate, I was broke and I had the ambition to build a massive portfolio. The only problem is I had absolutely no money. I knew I needed help, so I reached out to a real estate coach. And look, I was laid off as an engineer, so I went from making consistent income to not making any income at all. And guess what his fee was? $5,000. Now look, that's something that I wouldn't have looked twice at a year prior. But now that I was not only laid off, but I've been laid off for a couple of months, I knew that I needed to do something. But $5,000 was just way more than I could just afford at that time. So honestly, I just walked away. I just didn't know what to do. And that was the biggest mistake ever until I realized that the only thing that was really standing between me and my success was strategy. And I just didn't have that. I could watch all the YouTube videos that I wanted to, but I just wasn't going to have that thing. So I actually went right back to that coach and I actually paid for it. I scrapped up all the money that I had and we signed the contract, and I actually started closing deals as a real estate investor once I hired my first coach. And that decision was life-changing. It was everything. So let me ask you, have you tried figuring out this whole real estate thing on your own? And if so, how's that working for you? And look, as you mature, as you take on bigger risks and you start to believe in yourself more, you realize that, look, having a coach is not an expense. It's actually an investment. And I'll tell you why. Look, a great coach gives you a proven step-by-step system so you don't waste years making mistakes. They help you avoid the most common mistakes and they fast-track your success. So let's put this into perspective. You spend 12, 16 years in school to get a degree. Then you get on-the-job training. And yet people think that they can jump into real estate and start making six figures a month with absolutely no mentoring, no training, and absolutely no game plan. Look, this is why most agents fail. I'm the broker for an agency, Golden Spiral Realty, and I get to see a lot of the mistakes that a lot of agents make firsthand. Look, real estate is a business. It's not a hobby. When you look at how people conduct their business, right? When people say, hey, I'm a real estate agent, you ask them what they're doing at 8 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. If they were in a job, they would be at their desk. When they're self-employed, a lot of times they're doing something else, catching the vibes, saying that they're getting, doing research for content. They're not doing the business. This is more than just a hobby. And the fastest way to succeed, you have to learn from somebody who's already done it. So ask yourself, what would your real estate business look like in 90 days if you had a proven system and hands-on coaching? Look, I see so many agents trying to learn from free YouTube videos and books, thinking that they can piece it all together. Yes, some people do succeed that way, but these are the exceptions and not the rule. A lot of times what you're seeing on these highlight reels and a lot of these shows and podcasts, you're looking at the anomalies. You're looking at not the full story, right? Somebody might come into business and they might start making six figures straight off the bat, but maybe they came from a sales environment, or maybe their family had a lot of money, or maybe they're just naturally gifted in something that you might not have right now. If you're really trying to succeed in real estate, stay into the end of this video. I got something to show you. Look, the difference between a struggling agent and a powerhouse agent, it's not your intelligence, it's your guidance and your execution. If you could close one extra deal per month, or even just one deal per month, how could that change your life? Right? Think about how much commission that would make and what that would do for you or your family. The best agents don't just grind, and that's why I created Part-Time to Powerhouse, your AI realtor playbook. And it's a step-by-step system that helps part-time and struggling agents scale to consistent closings, even if you're working a 9 to 5 or you have limited time. And here's what makes Part-Time to Powerhouse different. You have a proven AI-driven lead generation strategy that runs on autopilot. You have step-by-step marketing and a sales playbook specifically for part-time agents. And you have exclusive community and coaching access, so you're never stuck. There's a whole community behind it to make sure that you're actually able to get the results that you want to get in your career, in your life. Look, last year I won the HAR Top 20 Under 40 Award. That's one of the most prestigious honors in Texas, honestly in the nation when it comes to real estate. And I did it in one of the worst real estate markets that we've experienced in our lifetime. It's because systems work even when the market is tough. And sometimes it's really hard, and it's really because they have a lot of the secret sauce. They have a lot of the systems to actually make sure that everything is going so that the entire entity, the entire business is not struggling. Okay. So let me ask you, what's the cost of staying where you are now versus investing in a system that actually works? What's the real cost of staying stuck? What's stopping you from getting expert help today? Look, here's what I want you to do next. I want you to click on the link below to apply for the Part-Time to Powerhouse program, or you can go to the link parttimetopowerhouse.com. And if you want personalized coaching, I want you to book a free strategy call with me and my team. And let me make this clear. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to waste years trying to figure things out. Look, I still only have like 1 to 2 gray hairs, so I would say I'm doing pretty good. And I've already done all of this thinking for you. So I can show you exactly how to scale your real estate business step by step. But here's the difference between the agents who win and the agents who stay stuck. The agents who take action, they are the people that actually win. The ones who hesitate, they stay stuck, and they're stuck for a multitude of reasons. Their job is too demanding, not enough money, family, kids are too young, kids are too old, you're too old. There's just so many excuses that you can give yourself. But if you have a winner's mentality, you'll actually figure it out. So if you're serious about turning your real estate career around, don't wait. Click the link below and let's get started. Your future in real estate starts today. And remember, this is Anthony, your favorite broker. You're not just anybody.